Welcome. I just had a couple of really, what do I want to say, days where I was taking care of my mom and everything felt a little immediate. I don't normally schedule back to back appointments for her, but somehow this happened this time. And it's been a lot. There were things to coordinate, there were things to remember. Um, there was, going from a concentrator oxygen to a portable oxygen, and then having to wait at the doctor's and almost seeing the oxygen run out. So lots of places to be. And usually that's why I only schedule one appointment. I try to only schedule one appointment per week. Clearly, that just did not happen this week. And so I found that my patience was running thin. I found that after day two, I was a little overwhelmed. I was getting irritated. And I knew there were some errands that she wanted to run after the second doctor's appointment. And that might have been just a tad too much. But while I have her, sometimes it's easier to just go ahead and do it, or at least that was my thinking at the time. So I knew I needed to take a pause. And I want this video to be about what I do when I need to take a pause and some of those best practices that maybe I can share with you. Caring can be loving, caring for someone can be loving and can also be overwhelming. Love my mom, but caregiving can still be overwhelming. Two things can be true at the very same time. And you don't have to feel guilty because you're tired. And I'm saying that to you as I'm saying it to myself as well. You also don't have to turn your exhaustion into shame. I'm more quiet, um, kind of in my thoughts. Um, and that's a little different from my mom. I think when she does get out of the house, and it's normally to a doctor's appointment, like it's her outing, right? She has a lot of questions. She looks around, she'll look behind her, and she'll ask me about things while I'm paying attention to the road and driving, straight ahead. And I've learned that I have to breathe, right? As to not get so irritated with her. And I know it's me. I know that it's me. When we are overwhelmed, our nervous systems can begin treating everything like it's urgent. I'm already not the most patient person in the world. So then everything starts to be an irritation. Somebody cuts me off in traffic as I'm driving with my precious cargo. I'm irritated, right? So I want to share with you, because I'm exhausted, y'all, right now, but I want to share with you a couple of practices that are my go tos. So sit up tall, plant your feet, and you have an option to lower your gaze or close your eyes, and then take a deep breath in and release that breath through the mouth or the nose. My go to is to breathe in four counts: three, two, one, and to breathe out eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. Breathe in four, breathe out eight. Once more, breathe in four, Slowly breathe out 8 through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good in the moment. Allow the shoulders to relax. So, when I can't take one more thing, that is what I do. Today, the doctor must have had some other appointment before ours, and we were on time, but I think we waited quite a long time playing the hurry up and wait game. And so, when someone came in to take her blood pressure, I took that as a moment to do that breathing exercise because I needed it, right? So, my favorite breath practice, if you can't inhale 4 and you can't exhale 8, try to double the amount of the count on the exhale. So, if you're breathing in 2, breathe out 4. If you're breathing in 3, breathe out 6, right? Don't force it, but allow that exhale to be a little slower than the inhale. And that puts us in a rest and digest mode. That begins to calm the nervous system. And so, if I can, I try to repeat that for at least 3 times, but definitely up to 10 and beyond. I'm not a perfect person. I use these practices all the time. I'm also not trying to make myself feel perfect. I'm human. I experience things, right? But I know that if I can get some space between stimulus and before I respond, right? Because I don't want to be in the doctor's office fussing. He's trying to take care of what he's trying to take care of. And so that allows me to be in that space and for my heart rate to be a little slower. The next thing I do when I'm really tired is I get into some restorative yoga practices. Restorative yoga typically is a pose that you stay in, very relaxing, very supported for about 7 to 10 minutes for each pose. So, one of my favorite ones is supported child's pose. On your knees, lower your chest down, try to sit into your heels. And if none of that works, you can put something between your bottom and your heels. And you can also put a big pillow in front of you to rest on so you're not going all the way down. That's supported child's pose. And I'm going to share a link in the description to a practice. It's a shorter practice than an hour, but you can pause and be in each one of those poses for 10 minutes and beyond. The next one, which is really good, is to put your legs up the wall. So you're lying on your back, and you can do this one in bed. You're lying on your back, and then you put maybe you're up against a baseboard or a wall. If you're on the floor, if you're in the bed, and you're just scooting to the side of whatever the surface is. Make sure it's not something that's going to fall over. So that's why it's legs up a wall. And then the wall can help support your legs. So that's going to begin to reverse the flow of blood in the body. It's going to also reduce swelling in the ankles. So many beneficial things happen in the body when we reverse that flow of blood. We're getting more oxygen to our cells, so we're regenerating those cells, and it's very calming and very relaxing. And then the mother of all restorative practices is supported reclining bound angle. That sounds like a lot. I actually like the Sanskrit term because I like saying it, Supta Baddha Konasana. So basically, you're very supported. Your back is up a little bit, so you could use a bolster if you have that. Again, I'm going to link a restorative yoga practice in the description of this video so you can see what I'm talking about. But I support a big bolster with a couple of yoga blocks so that my back is raised up. I might also put a little cushion under my bottom, and then I put pillows or blankets on the sides of my knees because you're going to pull your feet together and open your knees and lie back. And then what that does, just let your hands rest gently to the side. That begins to open up the chest, the heart area, right? So it's a heart opener, but it's very supported using all those props to make it feel supportive and you're actually sinking into the pose. And then you begin to ask yourself questions. What's really urgent right now? And listen for what comes up. And typically, not always, but typically, nothing is that urgent for 5, 10 minutes. You could actually stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for an entire hour if you're really exhausted. Restorative yoga gives me permission to stop solving, stop producing, stop taking care of other things, and just simply be. It allows you to understand what's urgent right now and what can simply wait, right? Also, I don't like to do this, and I don't know why I don't like to do it because she's very receptive. Sometimes I say, I just need a minute of quiet, mom. Just let me have this minute, right? Just or breathe with me, right? And so it's about for me only going to my edge. And your edge isn't necessarily a place where you push harder. I talk about it in practice on the mat and off the mat. So your edge in a very physical vinyasa flow practice is going to be very different than your edge in restorative yoga. In restorative yoga, sometimes I teach your edge is not falling asleep because you want to get that restorative rest without falling asleep. But if you do, maybe you really needed that, right? Sometimes my edge is saying, that's enough. That's enough for today. If you're caring for someone, raising children, working, maybe you're running a business, supporting your family, or you just simply feel like you're carrying a lot right now, please hear me. You do not have to wait until you're completely depleted to take care of yourself. Irritation is a signal, right? Tight shoulders is a signal. If your breath gets short, if your stomach begins to churn, maybe you just need a minute. Try to listen to what your body is telling you before you react, before you speak out of that irritation. Talking to myself again, right? So, again, check out that restorative practice that I'm going to put in the link. Feel free to pause it and stay in those poses. And then listen to whatever comes up, right? You don't have to wait until you're overwhelmed to do that practice. As a matter of fact, I suggest that you don't wait until you're overwhelmed to try that practice because you want a baseline of what to go back to when you do get overwhelmed. So don't forget to remember what you already know. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Be well.